Welcome back to another video. Today I am defending filler. It has getting a lot of hate online, and of course my generation and the generation previous, we had to endure and are victims of filler. Now, if you young people don't know, filler is basically when there's a section that is filled in the story so that the manga or the mangaka could get way ahead of the story, so they give us side stories that aren't canon to the material. Canon's big in the anime community, and since it's non-canon and not relevant to the story, and it's not relevant to the characters, the production, or anything that we have invested our time in as we watch the show and watch these characters, we get upset that it's only there to fill in until we can get back into the real show. That's the meaning. We call it filler. Filler was popularized by all the old school models, of course, from the Naruto to the Bleaches to the One Piece to many of the old school animes having filler, because that's just how it was back then. Newer gen do not have fillers, of course, doesn't have fillers at all. They would rather take a year, a 2-year, maybe even a 3-year break for the manga to have enough content to adapt into a 12 episode or 24 episode series. So that's why in turn we don't get those 52 episodes anymore, unless it's more of it's already a finished manga, like a Hidenu Sora basketball anime or manga that I tapped into once has 52 episodes, but they are far ahead in the content of everything. So if they have enough content, they can make a longer show. But if they catch up, for example, Black Clover, that's been gone for, I want to say, about 4 years. They wanted the manga to get so far ahead that they can adapt so much content. Instead of, Black Clover could have still been going, but we would have over 4 years of filler waiting for the Black Clover manga and mangaka to just give us enough content to be able to adapt. So that, yeah. And as much as my generation and previous generations, we complain about filler and that we were victims to it, it wasn't that bad. What I mean is, though we see filler as a bad thing and we mostly judge a show about the filler, for example, many people do not like Naruto because of how much filler it has, especially in Shippuden where it has over 100 episodes of filler. It's interesting filler. All you need from an anime show is to be entertained, regardless of what's going on in the story. Yes, we want to go back to the main story. Yes, we're more interested in the main story. But if you give me more lore on Kakashi, granted you could count it as canon or not, if you give me more lore on Kakashi, Ashura and Indra, Hagoromo, Hamura, if you give me more story on these characters that Kishimoto may not want to write or even draw more chapters to invest in these characters, I don't mind. Fugaku, you could have gave me filler. Sakumo, you could have gave me filler. Jiraiya, the legendary silent, give me filler. Multiple characters in the Naruto show could have had filler arcs. The problem with us within the anime community itself, and we brought this as a problem, is that since we emphasize so much more on canon, and since we talk so much in death battle talk or this him versus him and why this isn't relevant towards him, why this isn't relevant, since we don't bring filler up in relevant conversations, and since you say one thing but then it's like, I wasn't in the manga, it was anime only, right? That ruins the enjoyment. It doesn't ruin the enjoyment of the show, as it makes the conversations more enjoyable, but it ruins away from the entertainment and the content. Some people that I know and some people that I talk to in some spaces enjoy Naruto's filler. Kakashi filler was cold, especially when he was on the Anbu with Yamato. Cold. Hamura and Ashura, they little side story filler. Cold. I'm not like Hagoromo Hamura. Cold. Even like Kaguya filler. Cold. Even Might Die. Father little filler arc. Cold. And that could be considered as canon. Yes, it wasn't all the way drawn out, Now you have example of the bad filler arcs or ones that take up the majority of the show. For example, fans of Bleach may bring up the Bount arc. I'm not lying to you, that's a rough one. But even most of Bleach filler isn't as boring as the Bount arc, because the Bount arc really got you invested, but then you find out it doesn't matter, and it's like, yeah, really. And then some filler is so good, and it's that we get so much invested in, is that when you take a step back and be like, dang, I wish I could bring this up in the conversation up with my friends. Dang, I wish I could bring this up. But it's the entertainment value of filler. If we took away the word canon just from the anime community itself, just canon, right? And we look at filler, especially the old models of anime and how it used to be within the filler. They gave us some entertaining episodes. They gave us some entertaining stories that wasn't fully action, that wasn't fully dark, that wasn't fully deep. It was just them rather having fun shopping, rather telling us more about this character and what he went through, telling more about the side story, telling more about the world. And it's very interesting to see, because sometimes the manga or the mangaka gets sick and they're not able to do that within themselves, so they want to see it. So canon material though we don't count it as canon, they didn't happen in manga, so filler material is like and that's what ruined it for us. I enjoy filler. 65% of Naruto filler is entertaining. 65% of Bleach's filler is entertaining. One Piece doesn't have a lot of filler, but when it is, it's light and it's comedic. But nope. Even a recent manga that ended, Jujutsu Kaisen, and anime, is so fast paced, which is the problem with some of the newer gens, is that it's so fast paced and that you just jump arc to arc to arc, that we be like, slow down. Can we get a slice of life episode? Let's get a comedic episode. I want to see some filler in these shows. So we've written ourselves up some fun stories, or seeing our characters in different lights in filler, because we complain so much. So defending it is that it's entertaining to see our characters differently than what we would see them in the normal story of, or what they went through. But since it's not canon, yeah, throw it away. Don't do that. If you are to this point of this video, go enjoy some filler, because the newer gens are not going to have filler, and one day filler will completely be erased from anime somehow, right? So like and subscribe. I wish these newer gens would have like an episode or two of filler. Black Clover does have some filler of that 6-month training arc, but even then that is canon because the creator said so. He just didn't want to draw it for that time skip. He just time skipped in the manga, but that 6-month training arc is canon. So like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Filler is good. Filler is okay. I wish some newer gens would have a lot of filler. Like Jujutsu Kaisen would be a much longer story if we could just see the characters differently than them just consistently fighting and consistently them being killed. Like, sometimes it's good to see characters. Sometimes see characters in a different light than the story itself makes it out to be. It's very fun. Anyway, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.